What a beautiful morning. Can't wait to get back to track planning.
Go back inside, loser.
Asshole. Loser, I am watching you. You need to build my home right now, or I'm going to burn this place to the ground. Frank? Holy shit, spelling, dude.
Hello, 911. Do you need police, fire, ambulance?
Please.
Can I get your name and address, sir?
Yes. It's Avenue, Victoria, BC.
Okay, and what's happening over there, sir?
I found a threatening letter on my doorstep. He just keeps doing this to me, and I can't take it anymore.
Sorry, you said you found a threatening letter, sir?
Yeah, it was on my front doorstep.
And who keeps doing this to you?
His name is Frank.
Okay, and what's your relationship to him?
He's a railway worker on my model railroad, and he's really upset because I tore down his last home, and it's been 3 years, and he doesn't have a new one. There's a lot of history there.
I see. And you said his name is Frank. What's Frank's last name?
He only has a first name, like Bono from U2.
That sounds pretentious.
Yeah, he'd force something into your iTunes library if you could.
Can you describe him to me, sir? Is he white, black, Hispanic?
He's Prizer.
Prizer?
Yeah, it's a German ancestry.
Okay. How tall is he?
About a half-inch tall, I think.
Okay, did you happen to see what he was wearing?
I didn't actually see him, but he usually wears black pants, a yellow hard hat, orange safety vest, and carries a radio in his right hand.
Right. Okay, and what exactly did the note say?
He said he was watching me, and if I didn't build his home soon, this place was gonna burn.
Okay, so just so I can understand, a half-inch tall prizer person named Frank has threatened to burn your house down?
Yes. This is making me feel nuts.
You're sure that's just a feeling?
What?
What?
Look, I'm really freaking out here. Can you send someone? He needs to be stopped.
Yes, sir. I'm updating the call log right now. Just give me 1 moment. Okay, sir. I have an ambulance and a mental health crisis team en route to you right now. It shouldn't be too much longer before they get there.
What? I called for the police. I'm in danger.
Sir, I need you to calm down, please. The ambulance will take you to the hospital. Everything will be fine.
But...
If anything changes before they arrive, don't call us back. Have a good day, sir.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my layout. It's been a bit of a rough week, but here I am back at it, and we're going to do a little bit of layout planning. So I'm in Google Earth. I'm currently hovering over Vancouver, British Columbia, and I was considering in my last video some areas that I could model. And one of them is a container facility. So we're just going to zoom right in here on Google Earth and just get right in on this CN rail facility here in the Vancouver waterfront. So here we have several tracks of unloading along this side of this man-made pier here. On the backside was where all the ships are loaded. So thinking for that corner of my layout, I was going to model a few tracks that had some container storage on it. For my backdrop, I would have something like this. It would just be some containers, maybe a little bit of Vancouver mountains in the background. But in the foreground, I was thinking of having maybe one access road, a couple of actual containers, and a couple of tracks, and maybe even modeling this pier, the edge of this pier that they've made here with all the rocks and that, and modeling this sort of channel here. Lots of possibilities there. And the beauty with Google Earth is I can look around and just have a peek at all the different gantries, all the different little details that exist where I want to model here. For example, I can look at all the road markings here. Where do they have, manhole covers like this in the bottom, the types of road crossings. There's so many things you can glean from this. And if you happen to be modeling in a major urban center where they have this sort of 3D modeling, you get this really awesome look at things. It still can be useful for other things, like if you want to measure track spacing. So for example, intermodal tracks are typically spaced a little bit further apart. So all I have to do is come over here, hover over where I want to measure, and then I'm going to click the measurement tool up here. And what this does is it flips it into the 2D mode so you can actually measure. I'm going to zoom right in, and I'm going to measure track spacing. So you can start in the middle of a track to the middle of a track, but it's going to be a little bit less accurate. I always just recommend picking a rail, a common point, middle of this rail, drag it over to the same rail on another track, and there we go, 16 feet. So typically track spacing on a railroad in a yard is about 14 feet. And in this intermodal area, it's 16 feet. So again, a little bit of information that I needed to know. Flip us back to 3D mode here. Another thing that's really cool is use the street view portion as well. So if there's some interesting track arrangement you want to get a peek at, and there's a road nearby, you can totally do that. So let's just find one of those examples. All right, let's just say I want to look at this gate here. So I'm going to just click on Street View. I'll just click on the street where I want to go. Boom, I'm there. And that's what it looks like. So if I want to model like some of the trackside stuff, there's a wheelie bin. We've got a rock, chain link fence, you name it. All sorts of little details that you can pick up just from doing that alone. If you want to get out of that, we just simply go hit our backspace here, and we are back at it in the map mode. Another thing I was considering modeling was a possible grain terminal, so I might do that on the peninsula. And again, here we're showing, our yard ladder arrangements. You can kind of figure out the track work around that. If I wanted to figure out how big this building is, I could again go to my measurement tool and just say, okay, I need to measure from the edge of this building to this main part here. So just where all those cylindrical pieces end. So that's 620 feet. Okay, so now I know that this building is 620 feet. So how do I figure that out for my layout? There's this website called RailDig, and the only thing I've used this for is their calculator. I find this to be the easiest calculator to use of the ones that I've seen. It's simple, straightforward, and easy to use. So I'm going to convert from actual size to HO scale. So let's just say that grain elevator, what did we say? It was 620 feet long, 0 inches. Calculate. In order to model half of that elevator in length, probably less than half, I need 7 feet of layout space to do that in HO scale. Okay, let's go back to Google Earth. And I'm going to show you another area in Vancouver that I want to model. Okay, so I am now over New Westminster / Coquitlam border. And I'm at the interchange between CN, CP, and Southern Railway. There's also a little Burlington Northern action here as well, or BNSF more appropriately. And the beauty of this is having an interchange is in itself an industry. Over to the left here, there's a bit of a yard, and I'm thinking I'm actually going to model this as part of my stub-ended yard on my layout. So that yard can be a place to drop off and sort cars related to this interchange. And the beauty of this interchange is we've got a rip track in the middle of the interchange, which is really cool. So that's in itself an industry. We've got some center beam action happening along the periphery here. We've got drywall recyclers here. So they'll take your old drywall and recycle that. And then another sort of little sorting yard here. So if you follow Boomer Diorama, his layout is actually to the south here on this image. So the beauty of this is, like I said, it interchanges with several railways, and a really cool resource that I've found, at least for Canada, I'm sure there's ones that work in the States as well, is this resource here. So this is the Canadian Rail Atlas website, and I'll throw a link in the description for those who want to be able to find it. But you can turn all of these railroads on, and this is for all of Canada. All the yellow squares are mileposts, and you can get intricate track works just by simply zooming in. So we're going to zoom in right on the interchange that I'm at here. And sometimes it takes a minute to catch up with you. There we go. Okay, so this is showing that CPKC comes in from here, and then they share trackage with CN, and that yard is a CN yard that I want to model up here. Also in green here is the SkyTrain. So the SkyTrain was crossing over this area as well. SkyTrain is Vancouver Public Transit System. You can see here there's more CN yards over here. And then if I zoom out a little bit more, we're going to get into some other railroads here. So the Southern Railway. So Boomer Diorama models the Southern Railway in this region here. It connects up to the same tracks, and so there's so many interchange modeling possibilities that I can have all sorts of different motive power, all sorts of different equipment, from passenger trains to freight trains to even the West Coast Express if I want to. So the modeling possibilities are awesome. There's so many details that you can zoom in on and have a look at using this platform. I can even click on a milepost, and it just tells me what subdivision it is, if it's in operation, and who's the main operator of it. All right, guys, that brings me to the end of this video. I will continue to work away at my track planning, lest something happens to me. If you don't hear from me, it was Frank, and just remember that it was Frank, and just that's what you need to tell the authorities. But I will do my best to appease him and just keep this layout moving forward. So until next time, thanks for watching.